Welcome to Second Generation IT Group.
Hello, my name is Ferdinand Asamoah, Director of Second Generation IT Group.
We've been in business for the past 5 years, and we have a lot of clients who have come through the school and they're doing pretty well.
We offer 18 weeks of cyber course, which runs for every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And people ask, why Second Generation IT Group? Yeah, we offer different courses in cyber. Cyber is kind of big, so we offer risk management, we offer FISCOM, we offer cloud computing, we offer pen testing, and we also offer Splunk. Courses are offered virtually. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can just join the course without any. It's very convenient for everybody. You can reach us on our social media. You can reach us on Facebook, you can reach us on Instagram, and you can also reach us on our website, which is secondgenerationitgroupllc.com.
The company that provides beyond excellence.
Hello? Oh, my son is Canada Dada. And then he left for menu. My son, this is a setup. Who was Spain? Oh, yes. Spain was any secret free. Ha, Ghana. Yet we love you. It's 11 in another me farmer of a baby farm round. Oh, that be my son. Would you check your phone? Why? It's very easy now to send money from anywhere in Europe to Ghana. I'm in Spain right now, and I just send money to my mom. And on Tiasia, also don't send it, don't take e-levy. No, on tap send, there's no e-levy charge. It's just free when you send. Those in the US, those in London, those in Canada, plenty places in Europe. You can send your money through tap send to Ghana, and please, it's free of charge. There's no deduction in any e-levy or any charge at all. So what are you waiting for? Send the money to those family people. Me must send it. Let's go and take a clan talk. Reggae man of a pack. It's tap send.
We say for Mama Kwa by SVTV Africa, so when you say about the social issues, entertainment and sports SVTV Africa program we you see and the some catch SVTV Africa so there you see and the live coach Nana Alexis so I say on the about train come over church in Yamakra on better on SVTV Africa so if me DJ Nyame say I feel when about a channel so make sure say over join your family me and subscribe no support drink chere ba nyate me DJ na catch on now for about SVTV Africa. Now I'm some studios. The studio has say never everything come on. Now Alexis.
Yes.
Yeah, go straight. But before I start, some women that sponsors I say tap send. More UK, part of Europe, Canada and the USA. No, more download the tap send. Or Play Store and App Store. Because I'm sending mobile money. Tap send number 1. More download now. Hopefully form kit me maybe some about promo code or type SVTV. And one promo code SVTV. Tap send send is Cabafia, and you have charges via amount charge no e-levy near there. Download tap send no Play Store, the App Store. Yes, that's why one person cyber security course. No, you have plenty of US or share online. Open details and the details they go with me. I was happening and I'm really going to be sano. Then I'll be to me. I any idea with my joining class. They online to with me. I joining. Anyway. DJ Nyame yanko straight am ni Nana Alexis ndi komona mo akwa ba SVTV Africa.
Nyame adom na so.
Fantastic. Me so me wo ye pa. Last me no be twin komo wi ye. E ko si say me say man for cho na so comment.
Oh, so far I think it's been an interesting conversation because of perspective will be a PK conversation I have here, and it tells that people are paying attention, people are listening, people know the eco environment. I know the most important part of it. We want to appreciate, you know. Calls aba. Omo Jane say one can be Omo Jane say can yes, it's true. I say I can't say near no more. I'll just say I appreciate everybody and their comments, and like Meka the last time, feedback is very, very important in communications. It's a Maka bibi. Nasa aba besi bibi so na some feedback about there, then we all are grateful say yenya and in the kakra or home and I yetimi actually I dream uncle ban and tokwaso and I say baby. We just share love, and at the end of the day, we exist as human beings.
Wow. Nana, a life coach, and you post in the door, so
Me a brand consultant and me a coach, life coach.
Life coach. Internet, but see, I share some particular day with self-discovery.
Yes.
Yes, I am going to say self-discovery.
In life coaching, no.
Why you shall see a brabo, you name me a pessie. Nina can't be Maminto Moy, food.
Yes, I mean that's so. It's our question. It's one of the areas me personally, I love to work on because it tells you sending any panadrone next year, free and more phrase. Then I will swing up a pimp so I will do so. Emma otimi esomu ya obetimi adane no kwan bi so obetimi ama nipa na adwene na sipi na wetimi ama wa ye nneoma bi a na nka osusu se obetumi aya na onsusu se ontumi nye enti under life coaching ne self discovery no ye wo the holistic care of yourself. You can holistic care and kofo say was spiritual mindset and as a spirituality of the human being. Then ema o existe before we beba ewiase no your beliefs ne misconceptions be ne nyo maybe I am established fact I say okay and am we sunti na maba be pie wiase ye see ye wo ye kofa every baby ye susu no ne ye can story bi say wo ekuro bi so na o ma me no papa e ko frɛ o bae say heaven na na wo say hin na na wo de wonim ne ye de waba. So there's a storyline to it that tells there's a spirituality behind whoever you are and how you exist. Beyond that, we look at your cognitive behavior. Then your ability to think and then make meaning out of it. It's one of the areas I pay attention to when it comes to self-discovery. And the self-discovery, you try to understand, say, worth a thing. Because nipa bebre or no earlier discussion be na me nkrofo bi have it say obi wo honoma or exist keke because ya wo no to ebusunya bi mu ana baby bi obepie community bi of finding a home. They are just trying to exist in that space. But should that be the case as a person? And normal my very successful people did they pay attention to themselves before they got to where they were? Or it's just because they met the opportunity on the way and then they tag along with it. So under self-discovery, and you maybe also pay attention to your health is very important. Once your cognitive self or your cognitive behavior or your thinking is telling you that we be way a wrong, we way a right, no, I say I didn't a juma. The only way you define is oh, me ni na adwene mo kana kakra is because ne dey no or can who say bibi wo hwa insisi so. But under self-discovery, no, ultimately having normal conversations, and you say bibi sa atimi koswa. And you maybe what you are supposed to pay attention to. That is supposed to help guide your life. Or health is very important because nipe biya wa ho de eni ho no ma. Hwe ni we ase obe opese oya obetimi aye. Odampem ye serve ye obibia kasapra sometimes one hwe ye ho be ye den amount. So it's important so be pay attention to health. The measures for ho no ma ye de check bibia health no at the moment. You measure my own say okay freeze our point we by the time I'm 70 and 80 no me person me look a certain way me person me avoid some me call hospital they be me person me productive years of my life no within a certain period. It is out to me yes our measurements need we are then you put in effort you enforce it. Under self-discovery there's nothing like a force. One only me I want to share wa brabo one only me person wa brabo na ebesi emau until you should be able to put in the effort by self. You should be gingered by yourself to say, okay, I am tired of being obese. I want to become slimmer. I am tired of not being able to eat X food or B food because I'm beginning to feel a certain way. Doctors say, I'm sure you make a certain state. So at that level, one now take a decision for yourself so you can be better. A bit more also, they are living a very healthy lifestyle, but because of saying you're all living into affecting it, and you maybe want to read anymore. Deficiencies be but because I didn't so on person be kese or share ne fat intake na say for nyame no hu e wo se ne obo nipadua no bibi biara e ko nipadua ne mu no e wadwuma eye nti se wote so bebre ana ma ne ye bebre a either it's going low or it's coming high. It has an impact that it brings in. So under self-discovery, that is a very huge area we look at first. Then we can trickle it down to your desires as a person, your worth. Uye nipa. Se enemi ntiase na me free mu na me kwa. Then na me pese nkrofo kai me for. Then bra na me ba be boy. Ye beka se ade we nka na ni ha nga hwan ne beye. Ana se na pe ne betimi aye sa ade we yo nti yenko frɛ na no mra meye. So would you want your worth or your value to be recognized? Do you want validation? Say nkrofo be hu say na betimi aye sa ade irrespective obi a person or your Christ and dabi we ye na adwuma ye fa ma obi bia. This is an area you want to pay attention to because that is what makes people respect or disrespect you. Your worth. Then we tag in there and your value. Value no might sound like your worth, but it's not the same. Your value is how you want them to price you. Ya kase na nankwa ne betimi aye ade no. Obedru ho no oba be ye ade ni wie no. At the end of the day, result was perfect. Now pay attention to a certain detail or make sure say nejuma na all ye no. The result be a ema empuntu eba into immediately you say okay sir ade we e chakra na say immediately no menya result then it goes further to make the persons okay nkametu ya na tenga na cedis that be na is worth more than 10 cedis me man 10 cedis me man maybe 50 cedis and 100 cedis. So your value determines how people want to relate with you and the association you find yourself in. Your free value no so na about your attributes. Then ema wo ye na eya wa dressing eya wo kasa eya wenim dua eya se ne obie nipa mu ani nipa kasa ana hu nipa se ne osifa mu na wenim. These are areas that we look at when it comes to self-discovery. And believe you me, by the time you're done with coaching within that space, you realize a lot of people asking questions. So what have I been doing all this time? Is that the reason why adwa hu me ana we tria fa me so no kwa na? It makes you question yourself, and it is fine. Nipa bebre na we are living a life of pretense. We are living a life of let me just exist after all. You na yen survive. You na be wage how continue. No, but you want to learn to live intentional because irrespective say you na be wage how yourself, your value, whatever you think you are doing, someone else is watching to emulate. And you don't want people to emulate the wrong things. You don't want people to put you in a certain box where you are not actually where it's not supposed to be where you find yourself. And this trickles as far as school your orientation, society, a former part of Nipan or self, how you begin to live your life. Obi enyini wo baby adede wa. No matter what you do, it be difficult so kasa obekasa undertone. Unless on one kasa say dabi because me free sa environment we ni buy no se me kasa na se nkrofo kasa me kekemu a how am inti no me make effort see am kasa me mbie ma no kasa gegegegege bio me bo modern na makasa breo ana say oh ahanum de eni odin ye di fam wa hanom but who pay attention to yourself now who say we see me see can say fa me ho under that coaching no ye question wo and anyoma bia etimi bisa na say then na nkrofo ka fa wo ho wate afri nipa be say enan ana enum nchen eye similar these nipa num na all form de omo case aye wo case study no they shouldn't be people who live in the same environment. There are people that you've known maybe unim wa sorry unim we was school unim we were adwumem so you can pick the feedback right because feedback is always important. Abrabo yesi ni otwasa ni nse na chia yeden achia nti under this circumstance you're supposed to pay attention to your more consistent yesi na no arrogant and yesi na is a bubbly person omo nipa 5 ni na aka asem na che say no krefa ho omo kan bibi enye so na omo nipa 5 ni na aka the same thing then che say bibi ikoso a say pay attention to. So you do that self assessment. Beneath it there were other questions that you throw to you. What are the things that people say you do that cause them pain? What are the things that people say you do that cause them happiness? What are the things that people say they do not want to ever have come around you because almost care about you the most? So these are the areas I'll pay attention to so you can actually begin to emulate the personality you want to take. And that goes back to branding. Day in, day out, we are putting in effort into becoming who we want to be by being a brand expert. But you subconsciously know, okay, me atade me person me show me person obi be hu me say sebe me ashawani ana me botu two bra na say me ye bibi say obi so so say okay me person me shot ade so that when I get there I can actually intimidate the people no obi antimi me kan kwase asem nkyere me obi wo say okay me kwa no me hu say nkrofo mo ho no me ye mmofra ti me kwa ne esere nko na me de ko because man sere menimu odu man sere a me do environment na hwa nkrofo no nye den omo mmai me said ni ampese omo ben me into under self discovery there are a lot of lessons that are beneath that, and many people within our societies, our churches, our families, whatnot, do not even know. They have no clue what they've been living and the impacts they put on other people's life. If you are self-discovered, you are aware that other people have personalities, and so you learn how to live with other people. Just like Omoka say, your opinions end where someone else's opinion begins. It simply tells you unim ho a unim se obi wo ho no ma hwa na onu onim no ho. Inti so ye bibi na ekotia wa you are learning say okay obetimi aben no obe approach in a certain way to talk to the person no obeti say okay ni oye no wa anye ni yi ama na anko amawo say ni a opese ekono. So we learn to exist as human beings. That is intentional living. So self-discovery, one of my brilliant topics I really would love to treat any day, anytime, if you pick that we should discuss it. But it takes the willing heart. Akumana, I already say I want to be discovered to get into that area. And I believe, say, the educational sector, whether in Africa, wherever you find yourself, is something that we should pay critical attention to. A lot of people are learning courses that are putting them through confusion. Example, Meko school, Meko suya course, visual art. Me suya visual art, me chemistry, me physics, me biology. Yeah, the argument of whether you're able to marry all these courses to become what you really want to become. It depends on how your mind, your cognitive thinking is. If it's a way to me, I'm married, so your mind na. Even in teaching, you try to say, we are teaching in now, try there now students. I mean, to me, I'm feedback. You try to say, ni out try no obey to me apply it to the day-to-day activity. Ne busu ya sem. Na wari sem, ne juma sem, ne na se for then it means that education now they buy, you know, it wasn't complete. It means self-discovery begins right from when your mind is prepared to learn from other people and also to teach other people. Because abrabona yebono, yembo ma yenkwa we live with human beings, and we ought to admit, say, as much as I'm beautiful, there's another person who is equally beautiful. And me so much so ebe intimidate you be I feel terrible about myself. Just that maybe me in a way okay uhumia obeka say na you in the same and ebe do say minyanka metimi esuan. How did you discover yourself? I knew that Nana was a very loud person, but how come now Nana is very reserved? Nana loves people unconditionally. Nana is always there to listen to people. You have to know who you are. The things you do with other people and the things other people do to you that you do not like or you like. That way you can marry these two things, and then you can become the perfect individual you feel that you want to become and exist with other people.
Hey, Nana Alexis. Okay, the Okanyano, you're breaking it down by society. I think say the Okanya in Crawford. And Crawford and our society and Crawford. Ebi wo ha society money pan crown pono. The opeso yen pono.
Want to me?
Either so best son. Ana say ene crack on ema ohun ni opeso ye. Say when they see the news opeso ya, say nye busua ana society ya. Make society because in Crawford. Oh we dey know we are this kind we ya mo we ya be say no I say koye we. Ewo into society near one. Obi so obeka just say the way am person me live you know. Society tinti person me twimi ho free society no. Na me ko she baby a na me bo me bra ana say me ntie society. Go say on tin go for me. Me la dem dey see me no some person me here no. Ana dey obi ma ju some person me no one person me here. Into a different thing na me dey am. Searching go for no so certain so happy. It is set situation events.
It comes back to your cognitive thinking. Your behavior. It is your decision that make self-discovery. And you may discover, you are discovering yourself. I'm only guiding you with questions. if you look at under self-discovery, there's one part that is very exciting. There's opportunities. Look at the opportunities around you and how you can maximize potential out of these opportunities. There's another one that goes in there, says failures, disappointment, and then the successes you want to find are amidst the challenges you're finding. So we list from family, from your time management, from your career, the legacy you want to leave, the number of children you want to have. After finding who you are supposed to list your future conversation. Have a future conversation with yourself. Have the now conversation. You have the future conversation. Then you can look at the next 10 decades. For example. Underneath these areas are listed amount. So if you find yourself in a society, it shows, okay, may I deal with more accept it, embrace it. Once you know who you are, what you stand for, regardless of what people think or say, what send me me just it just kills you. There will be also maybe person make politics once because only ni pasu. Because so if you haven't discovered that person within you, now finding yourself in a society, now every time you are pointing fingers at other people, saying, okay, society isn't a mama, society, then it means you are not even in charge of your thinking. You shouldn't let society control so much of your person, because you are aware, no matter what you do, community is not going to embrace you. And as a person would do free society, baby, I say you need people to exist. Obi ambeso kania unya kania nankade ayejuma. And obi anu aduane ankoto bi na wo de ababe. So you need human beings to be able to exist. As much as these things that you've mentioned, the list you have given, are not working towards you the positive way, and does not mean you cannot live within that society. It is about you compromising and learning that society would be like that, but your ability to fit into that society by putting in who you are, not changing it because, okay, society now can be say into no. That is also not to say, say ni community are finding yourself in no. There are rules govern, there are laws govern. This thing is not supposed to be.
I mean, I don't know say our brabo sana say bibi and say say go to mpona your uncle so no manante.
Yeah.
And I baby as we do agroko. Some crofone be na show am bit na motivate to spirit or down cry na what say way who motivate to some particular circle. But society needs to count so only in a particular area. Na progressive idea any BBS with this person do say. But your circle no one so kill a brand no. Kill one because I dream because you don't see anything. They make an what I say. You in second minute say Sadia make idea common. I walk pa. Obu person BB. When you discussing with you be no way they want to be here. A woman say be on killing here, but because address which I want to me, one be no to me jina. Into Obuso or some group of people be what discuss a plan and I say, oh yeah, this one on himself. Nipa no motivate on himself, you can just small, but see challenge of it do am. Or more of them, it is back to the society need the whole canon. I think the environment need almost circle on your meeting so count.
It plays a very key role. Over beginning stage na meka say over pick feedback from 5 people. These people form part of a circle. Obi any one more exist on an island. No. Even say a crime na so on TV. Now pie now kobana crime na hwe wani ma na wa me ho ameye embe frifria. E kira say bibi ikoso enye. E na crime no nya dru fie no dimirika no abebam we no so kire say e wo anyankofa bi e wo muntem. Even that is feedback. It is a warning for honor, so they are giving you feedback that is not helping your mindset. When him say me person me ya dey way. O see me say dey me come asem training bi obogu. Say no obo asem ni go no as much as obogu no. Enya so ni bogu no pe na ye problem no. But e ma me nkran share e wo ade no ma me dey ye but anta me dey ye ade no. It is NCP. You ought to advise yourself. Enya me na ma ba yes I thinking na ma. No. The role of a life coach is to tell you, okay, so what such people around you are, you can equally tap into them. Because obi ohonoma, the last time I said, melancholic, sanguine, phlegmatic. Ebi mo dwene kwa echire pa. Enye so obo egu keke wo. Obe bo egu aka kire say da bi. Ade na opa be no. Look at the pros and the cons. But I India person ya ade with 5 years to come no, it will not be relevant because ono adwene kwa ekwa enim. Obi wo hono ma na adwene ne IQ no ente sa. Odwene ade no sisi ya no pentem akwa typical of these people are sanguines. Or yeah, they are risk takers. So they don't care whether you are giving them the feedback or advice or whatever. They want to just push their heads into it. Into some of the rejections you might be getting might be actually things you can turn around to be your strengths. And that is same self-discovery. We talk about your strength, your weaknesses. These things can be intertwined. Obi on much obu abem or can in some who be trawa and your ma wodne no enko na wiye. It doesn't mean that you should take that person entirely out of your life because you need the positive and the negative. Unlike poles attract. So if you do not see the and you maybe will not say, okay, how can I turn around that Brian King? Me person may be a president, but niawa cannot say me to me be a president da. I didn't know say mean to me be a president. Question yourself. Is it because me in school? Is it because me need network na be boa ma me dru honom na? Dying at this point, me who said waiting na madam for ne kasa no. Metimi akeka bom me be boa. E ma metimi edru sa pempen so na me pese me dru no. Let's not just take the negative energy or the rejection or the comments na say okay mean to me yes I dey and shut it down. Look at the person who was told say you can never become a president. Who took that lemons and made lemonade out of it. Obi wo kra na lemons na na kra no na tongues bebre wo ho. But making sure that tongues no you ni back. That is typical weaknesses na America no. Nipa na ka asem no say enye yi entimi nya possible. But o hwe se ni asem ni so tie na okay me free kra bia se pa. Kan ya kra bi ni ho. Mabomoden ya bre me nante ya bedru baabi etwa nso e fa aka ansa me bedru krikesim. O ka chem se me ntimi nya president. E kwan ya me fa so no ba e bedru kroma no nim. Well, only me story until me person may say. Go back to that person who gave you that feedback. Bisa questions. Are they into our cancer? Oh, but I be panty our cancer. And that is one thing community or society is not picking. You can't say now you find a track because the person is not agreeing with me into no. Let me just let it go. Onya madam. That's it. No, you don't do that. Go back to that individual. Ask questions. They into no cancer seven. Or botai ti okay obi ani hon mo shati obi down wa oni botai bi ata echi and obi aso ni hon mo ma encouragement na there's no botai me kai se mi so ami nyini me yesa me kasa yese ako kasa fine o bro one ne brofo ne sa nyoma no the encouragement was because whoever was saying it could see beyond what I was seeing, and that person perhaps was a phlegmatic or a choleric or a melancholic dominant into to me ehu sa nyoma na abra na mimi hu. It took me years before I realized, okay, send your Maya Yadisha in crying, mammy cut. Sometimes you just stage so now Kasakra look above Nipaniti. Just so you can overcome that weakness of Ocean Nipenima Untimen Kasa. That is a weakness. But me coach back or that if you really want to speak to the people because you have something within you and you want to say it, look above their heads. Or picture them as animals and talk to them. Not all the animals will understand your language. At the end of the day, those that understand your language will capture what you are saying. And that is all that matters. Just look at that and motivate. Keep going. But some people will tell you, Nana, and a shoe now, said you could now, and your crowd. As a wakasa now, no popo. So feedback no wasn't wrong. For all you know, it was true because a humbi will be more that. Because me didn't pay man now. And that was a feedback, genuine feedback will be the mommy. But because of obedience, okay, or can because on pemasem. Some mentality, I don't know, it's an African thing. Yen free a team. Obi mouth feedbacker. Think the other way out of it. Let's think positive. If you think positive, then I'll be Lucy. The Okaya no say, okay, and I don't enye e am fa hase. For all you know, wafa hobi bia to ne pen. Obefa hanoma e ya hunu time abefa honom. Oka ne sa no waja hokọ. Wodin so wo kan bibi keke. Wo de ya ota afa ha o ye bossu. Dabi. Go back mpacho wo say me am fa hanom but time am pon adwuma me ni baby fofra metimi afa wa ha na mefa. Then options na betimi ama me be ma metimi afa hanom pepepe. Always communicate. Take feedback from people, and that is what makes you a better self-discovered person. That makes you, it sets you different from all the other people. Oh, a group, a jumem, example, a jumem in our class, your mama group work, will be adding the feedback, will be adding the comment, where you so name the chain, where you so name the chain, to where you can ask them, could be a person shutting down, like I say, who are you, what are you even bringing on the table? That is something that is killing a lot of people. You want to leave a result that will make you who you want people to really discover you as.
Okay, so I said, when I was on a mystery, we are not me before. A meeting that the dream bar, near to see the dream bar, almost a wee DJ, then our day back. Okay, cry, say, to make a plan. Ideas be a me 1 year, the Omega Zabo. But you see, oh, Mummy, almost say, this boy, you be DJ. DJ, where you get this content creator, I feel the creator. I'm saying, my own. Can you maybe I won't say, oh, and there'll be nobody. DJ, Chitty, or Oka from see you, but you'll forget. So we are saying, no. A woman said, the Oka and I remember my young Casabi brave, here, wrap up next week. On that note, so when you're self-discovered, don't be worried. It's okay. If you are having a lot of failures, it is fine. If you're not getting all these things fixed for your life, it is okay. What is not okay is that you sit in that space and not get yourself fixed. You get it? So look for a life coach, look for a mentor, and speak to that person. If the person is not giving you the feedback, move to the next and the next. You never know the knowledge, and I say, Nyansa be free or more too for no. And don't be a listener to just one advice. Bako pena na debia de osi hu na wuti dabi. Nyansa ni bako 14. Find help where there's help. Nice one. You better na say na Alexis as so we pass it through SVTV Africa. So we better ba na.
Makacho, me no one ever. Once human beings are involved, once we are learning.
It we know. It if was person mu say and e oba da ben.
Me ba da ben. Yenye ni fia da bia.
It fia da bia until Friday bia na Alexis say. Obeba say na teachings near. They want me follow no IG.
Yes, on IG me the conversationalist NL. Oshematadi mo the conversationalist NL.
What you getting?
Yeah, enye but o type it on Facebook so once you type even oko Google now type it the conversationalist NL. Ebeba and now type in na Lexus ebe show o peso so abomidini ni na hye ho na Lexus akosua obene wa okoko agiman. O de ni na hye ho a onsa be kam.
Yo, you better not say so every Friday bia na so we ha once in a week. And told you na have a journey every Friday bia or so na the way by be topics ni identity making sure say they were drink ne we be ba option na we need ho a ba comments bra ni this one there catch up say channel we so there SVTV Africa me DJ Nyame madam production team ase meda bia ase mon continue to support SVTV Africa ni SVTV Africa Foundation DJ Click Sharon and Austina. If I'm DJ Nyame, subscribe to the program too.